All right, good morning, guys. I hope you had a great evening. Good morning so far. Yeah, yesterday was not a great day, but at the end of the day, let's try to objectively analyze the market. Look at how the bigger picture look like, and that's what we'll try to do this morning. All right, then something that I want to touch a bit later. I know we talked about that a bit last night in the Discord. But yeah, just about the mindset and being focused on the process instead of the results. Especially in 2026, I think that you can all agree that 2026, unless you're a very short-term trader or you are a bit longer term and very focused and concentrated in AI trade earlier this year, this has been very, very good. Personally, I found 2026 so far being challenging. Two very, very good months in April and March, and the rest is all red months for me personally. Not this month though, but yeah, overall. So yeah, something that we can touch a bit later if you're interested as well. All right, so quick question before we begin. AMD, Alex, please explain the rounding top. All right, so rounding top is essentially when a stock ran very hard off the left side and you get that slow rounding action. And yeah, that was the most obvious rounding top. And there was a lot of negativity on that breakdown as well. Meaning that, hey, we have that rounding top. You have that structure right here. And then you break down, retest from below, and then break down, and that usually complete kind of the right side and roll over top to a new kind of stage 4 downtrend. There was a lot of negativity on AMD. There's still a lot of negativity on AMD. And I think that in itself, if SMH is setting up, if the NASDAQ is setting up, if the market is setting up, then I think that there's an edge there. And you look at it, and I'm just explaining the trade that I just took pre-market, by the way. And when you look at it, from June, while SMH and the semiconductors have been trending down below a declining structure, and even on the weekly time frame, you look at AMD and it's going sideways. So in a sense, it has held very well, and that's a bit what I'm playing right here this morning. And I opened that trade part because yeah, there seems to be some kind of bounce right from where we were looking for, so kind of confirming a bit the thesis of the price action here on NASDAQ. So again, we talked about that yesterday. We have that shakeout, that reclaim, downtrend line breakout, that back test of the now rising 21-day mid structure, higher lows, and now one day to reset the sentiment All right, very negative yesterday. 1-day pullback into a now rising 21-day mini structure, pull back into the most recent swing low as well. So structure wise, nothing is broken on the NASDAQ. So that's the picture that we described yesterday. Hey, as long as structure holds, what do we have? We still have an uptrend above a rising structure. What do we have in internals as well? Well, we had a rally yesterday, a reclaim. I highlighted that as well. It might be a first red flag, or we get those quick rally above structure and then slam back down again. Pretty down pre-market, so maybe we have that reclaim and slam back down. I don't know. VIX is looking very good. We have a downside reversal into the declining 21-day mini structure with another lower high. So VIX structure still looks good. We look at the NASDAQ. What did we have in the last few days? 2-3 days of really breadth cool down since that new rally started. And that's good. Everyone was saying that, hey, we're making a new all-time high on QQQE. Things are a bit overheated. The McLaren oscillator is overbought. Breadth extension are overbought. We ran too fast, too hard, too high. We need to cool off. We need that pullback. And what happens when the pullback hits? Oh, it's the end of the world. We're rolling over. Market crash. It's pretty insane what one day can do to sentiment. So again, I'm trying to stay level-headed, looking at facts objectively. And what do we have? All right, we have still an uptrend on price action on QQQ. We still have an uptrend on QQQE. We cooled off into neutral on the McLaren oscillator. McLaren summation is flat, and the breadth extensions are approaching oversold, not quite there yet. So will that pre-market bounce hold or not? That will be the big question for today. And again, we are right into support. I'm playing personally that bounce. You saw me get rid of some of the high speculative names with Hust, with other names that I decided to discard. Focused on the NASDAQ itself with futures, with AMD, a bit more bigger stuff, which I feel more comfortable trading. And yeah, so let's see if that bounce materialize, if it can hold today. We never know. If that bounce get faded, it just means that the market is not ready. And if we start to break from the structure on QQQE, on QQQ as well, then we get into troubles. At least for my time frame, we get into a situation where I will need to raise more cash, where I will be more on defense, and that's the game. All right, and that leads me to the point that I wanted to make about the mindset, about trading in the zone. Okay, we discussed that a bit in the pit last night. All right, trading in the zone, what does it mean? And if you take Douglas word to word, you think that trading in the zone is You put good trades, everything is working, you are trading well because you are making profits, because the market is rewarding you. It might be true for shorter term trading, okay? But I want to add a nuance, okay? Based on my experience from what I saw. And I want to ask the question, is being in the zone, trading well, really about being rewarded, about the results? Think about it for 1 second. If I trade well in April, I execute based on my system, based on my process, and I made a 20-ish% month. Okay, the market did reward my process, did reward the way that I traded according to my system. Now, let's say that right now I'm trading the exact same way. The market is shaping up the same way, a bit differently, because we're not having the same oversold ratings, the same VIX spike, etc., etc. So it's setting up a bit differently. But I'm executing the same way. I'm executing the same setups. I'm executing at the same spot in the market. I'm doing all the same things. But the market fails. The market cycle is not able to follow through. It's not as strong as it was in April and in March. And now I'm taking losses. I'm cutting those trades. I'm getting break even on the market cycle. So instead of doing a 22% month, I'm doing a 2-3% month, a -2, -3% month. Now I'm getting defensive. I'm protecting my break even, or I'm trying to limit damages when I realize that the market cycle fails. So by doing that, do I trade bad? Am I trading out of my zone? My point is no. I might trade super well, but don't get rewarded by the market because the market cycle is not like the other one. And it's important to understand that the market, you're only there to get what it's giving you. Sometimes it's giving you a very powerful trend, very powerful market. Everything is working. You get double-digit winners. And the other time you play it the same way, but you just get out break even or with a small loss on the market cycle. Not all markets are created equal, but they are, in most part, setting up the same way. So all that I wanted to say this morning is don't tie yourself to the result. Don't tie yourself to how a market cycle will reward you. It shouldn't dictate how you play it or how you assess your performance on a market cycle or on a market year, for example. Assess it on how you executed your system, how you executed your process. Did you protected your break even if it fails? All those kind of things. That's way more important than being rewarded by the market. All right, 2026 is hard, like we said. There was one very powerful uptrend in April and March. The rest was pretty thin participation. If you were on the right stuff early this year, you did well. But the rest of the market, the tech market, has been very choppy. So I hope it's clear. Keep that in mind before being too hard on yourself. I know it's a hard year, but at the same time, that's the year that we have. So we traded the best that we can. And sometimes we execute it the same way, and the market will take off, and we will be rewarded. And we will be rewarded. All right, and it will happen when the market is ready. Any questions? Oh, let's review the focus list. Oh no. My mouse just... I think I don't have... One second, guys. All right, mouse is back. Okay. Ah, no, it's not. Oh my God. Okay, give me 1 sec. I just need to go grab a battery for my mouse, and I'm back. Sorry.